I'm Michele Russo, and this is the Sunday Scaries Show. We're going to break down the good, the bad, and the downright scary experiences of the modern dating world. In this series, I'm going to cover everything from ghosting to what's going down in the DM. And to throw in a little twist, I've decided to use the Lemp Brewery as my home base for filming.
I don't want to go in there. I don't like it.
No one can hear you scream down here, but you'll hear me. So what's scarier, the modern dating world or the paranormal? You be the judge. This is the Sunday Scaries Show. I'm having a great time. Please watch the show. See you guys later. Okay, so each and every time we shoot an episode, we are going to share a story from our mystery dater. Each season, there's a different person that shares something that's happening to them in the dating world, and you guys will have the chance to write in and share your opinions or talk about something that's happened to you that's a little bit similar. So today, our story from our mystery dater, give you some backstory on her. I can't tell you her name or too much information, but she's in college. She is early 20s, so keep that in mind for this. So, mystery dater says, okay, so I was in Chicago at this nightclub. It was late and I had my drunk goggles on. Been there. This really hot man, super tall, super big arms, and total muscle guy, my guy to a T. Him and I kept looking at each other from across the club all night long. Finally, he comes up to me and he's wearing a hat. We talked for a while and I ended up going home with him. Well, when I got back to his apartment, in my head, this guy is my age the entire time. So me thinking that he's also in his 20s, I ask where his roommates are. And he tells me he has no roommates. He ends up taking off his hat and I notice all the gray specks of hair mixed in and realize, whoa, this guy's f***ing old. So turns out he has no roommates. He's 42 years old and has a 9-year-old son. I was hat-fished. I actually agree with this. I have been hatfished before. A lot of times guys wearing hats, it's kind of like girls with a ton of makeup and Spanx and a push-up bra and any other product a Kardashian sells hose us down and we're like a totally different girl. Hatfishing is the same thing. We cannot see what a guy looks like until the hat comes off, and we might want to change our minds. So let me know your thoughts on this right in thedimeseries@gmail.com. Let me know your thoughts. I'll share them on the air next time. Okay, today's segment, I am joined with Jennifer Mattis. Your Instagram handle is what I really know you by, at Losing the Jiggle with Jen. Tongue twister there. I love following Jen's account because she has everything fitness related. That's kind of how we met. She goes to the same gym as I do, and we were in a hot Pilates class. Jen came out with hair like this, and I came out like this, covered in sweat. So I was like, who is this girl, Becky, with the good hair? So I've invited her on the show today because in addition to all of the great fitness advice, she has the best dating stories. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
We have so many to talk about.
Yes, thank you.
So this segment is It Goes Down in the DM, and trust me, there is no better person to talk about what goes down in the DM than Jen. So who do you have? Because I see so many of these on your story.
Yeah,
Daily. It is daily. Multiple different messages, multiple different failed attempts from guys, and they just throw it straight out there, and it's like no mercy.
No.
I mean,
sometimes I don't even get a hello.
You don't get a hello.
No.
They just go straight for it.
Listen, I appreciate someone who's forward because I am an alpha type personality in
me
business,
too.
and so I appreciate that. But when it comes to dating, it's like courting doesn't exist anymore. They just go straight for the kill, and they expect it to work, and it doesn't.
So you get a lot of guys that also ask you to be a sugar baby.
Yeah.
Do you ever want to consider to see if you could get them to like sponsor your mortgage or like some of your hair bills or makeup?
If any of them were actually real.
Yeah.
So I actually heard recently that a lot of those are fake, and it's like phishing scams.
Really?
And it's people trying to get your information. I mean, Johnny, who's 25, who lives in Edwardsville, Illinois, is not a sugar daddy.
Yeah.
Sorry, buddy.
So what's your favorite one so far? What's your favorite failed attempt? You're just like,
the message?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have one that I actually have memorized because it is so bad. A gentleman messaged me and said, I want to split you open like a coconut and drizzle you with my sweet man milk.
Ew, what the Did you respond?
I said, has that ever worked for you before?
And he's like, yeah.
And he was like, no, actually, this is the first time I've tried. And I was like, okay. Like, I don't even think I knew how to reply.
I wouldn't know what to
I
say.
can tell you I'll never look at a coconut the same ever again.
Oh, no, we ruined it for you.
Absolutely ruined it.
Great.
There
Thanks.
goes all my beach vacations.
So do you give each guy a nickname then? So like his nickname would then be Coconuts?
Sometimes I do. Like if I'm actually talking to someone more than just the one inappropriate message.
Yeah.
I do sometimes give them nicknames, but I have noticed that when I give them nicknames, they don't ever work out. So I think it's
No, I have a book of each. So my book on dating here, Suddenly Single, my Modern Tales of Fairy Fails, each one was an epic fail. And I finally was like, forget it, I'll just start writing it down. But my friends would get confused because there were so many failed dating attempts. Like, wait, who's Mike? Because there's 50 Mikes.
Oh, totally.
Coconut, Coconuts, Kansas City, Denver, like whatever. They all get their nickname.
Well, you know what's
the
actually
same?
kind of like funny and sort of embarrassing, but I had some friends that had an anniversary party a few years ago, and they did a roast, and everyone was roasting them, and then they were roasting the friends.
Oh, that's fun.
It was a lot of fun until I got roasted, and somebody was like making comments about like my failed dating life, and like it was really depressing once they said it, but that was years ago. Now it's still happening. I'm like, oh my God, am I cursed?
No. This is just dating. Welcome. Do you have any other that you memorized?
I get a lot of, will you sit on my face?
You do get a lot of sit on my face.
And it's funny, like if I don't get one like in a week, I'm like, am I hot? Like, am I losing my edge? Like, why?
Well, so you screenshot these and put them on your story all the time,
Yes.
which at Losing the Jiggle with Jen, you will not be disappointed. Your stories are so entertaining, but every single time I look, you get a ton of people like, you can call me daddy. What is the deal with daddy? You get daddy?
I don't
Do you get
know.
zaddy with the Z? That's like the new
Yes.
trend. Call me zaddy. She's shaking her head back
I've never
here.
called anyone daddy, so I really don't know. And I certainly don't want to be called like baby. You know,
I know,
in
it's
a
like this weird, it is this weird thing, and I don't know why they think they can just swan dive in with these horrible messages. So guys that are out there just like, F it, I'm just gonna throw a terrible sinker out there and see if it sticks. Don't do
We're
it. Screenshotting it, we're sharing it, we're talking
Sorry,
about it.
Not sorry.
We're not sorry.
No.
It happens over and over.
Now it's just entertaining, and people are like, are you actually dating? I'm like, I'm trying to,
Yeah.
but then I just get ghosted.
Oh, you have to like sift through all of it. Oh, I do want to talk about that.
Ugh.
So if you follow Jen, there has been a guy that we've all been like kind of rooting
Everyone is
for.
very
Everyone's
invested.
rooting for, can I say it? Funny guy?
Yeah, funny guy. He
Funny
doesn't
guy.
know.
Yeah, that's right. I guess he
doesn't
doesn't
know
know.
about my
Does he?
Instagram.
I was wondering that. Does he? What happens when he follows your Instagram and if he sees like, oh, funny guy, and
I was going to tell him, like, by the way, I do social media influencing on the side, and I talk about my dating life, and there's several thousand people invested in our dating scenario, but it hasn't really gone anywhere, so why bother telling him?
So amidst all these like Mr. Coconut and the daddies and the zaddies, suddenly the face sitting, you finally get a guy that seems like, okay, he's normal. We're having banter back and forth. It's like cute and fun and funny.
And he was very like attentive, and he remembered things, and he was like consistent, and then all of a sudden he just disappeared.
How long did you talk before that though? Was it weeks? Was it
It was like a week and a half, 2 weeks, something like that.
constant talking?
Yeah.
Outside of the app, you got the number too?
Yeah, the messages I was
a big deal.
posting were initially from the app, and then they went to texting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you had a date planned or?
We had talked about it. He was out of town, and then Valentine's Day came, and then nothing.
And this guy, funny guy, is apparently like a big business CEO and totally busy, doesn't have time for dating.
I don't really know. He kept texting me. He kept contacting me. So it's like, you know, he talked about going on a date, and I don't know. And then he claimed he got sick after and was like saying he had the Wuhan flu. I'm like,
What the hell?
yeah, I'm like, that's not even funny. Like, this is like a real situation in the world. And he kept texting, and then he would like disappear. And then I called him out on like ghosting me again. And I guess I hadn't replied to a message in like 36 hours. Literally, he wrote 36 hours. He went and counted.
Oh my God.
And I was like, okay, fair, but like you didn't really give me a reason to continue to talk. And actually, we were trying to meet up last night, and then something weird with the phones happened. Like he I was like, okay, like, are you gonna come over? Do you wanna go out?
Oh, I thought this was already this is last night.
This is last night. I haven't told anyone on Instagram yet.
Okay, no
I
wonder
tried
I
to
didn't
run
know.
back.
I didn't see it on your story. I was
No,
gonna
no
say,
one knows this.
okay.
Breaking news.
Okay, breaking news. Okay, so you're supposed to meet up last night and suddenly, like, shocker.
So we were texting like nonstop, and then all of a sudden, like, he stopped responding. Shocking, right?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, I got like 20 messages in a row.
From him on
Yeah, like at the same time, and I was like, "Is something wrong with your phone?"
Think he did it on purpose? Like, knowing, like,
I don't-
she'll think.
I don't know. I'm gonna show you.
Okay.
What it looks like. But they.
Can we screenshot this and throw it
Yeah.
up on the camera? We'll
Yeah.
show you guys by the time this all gets through editing.
But I will
What's
tell
happening?
you though, it's weird because there's no way someone can send that many messages, like in a row, and they were
Yeah.
all at the exact same time.
I need
So-
your address. Hello, hi. Okay, then you there? Hi, hello, hi. You there? But even so, that's weird. Why wouldn't he just call you?
That's what I thought too. So I did call him, and his phone rang, and then it went to like this weird beeping noise, and I was like, "Cool, I'm getting ghosted."
That's a weird.
Hey,
That's a weird.
twice in one night at this point.
Okay.
Yeah. So then he was like responding, and he was like, "I answered the phone. Why aren't you talking?" He's like, "I keep calling you. You're not answering." And then he completely disappeared.
This is a catfish situation, right? This
I
is
mean,
a
he
stitch.
sent me photos, but I guess you can. You can catfish.
I feel like this is catfishing at its finest.
I was like dead serious. I like had my hair and makeup done. I was like,
Sucks. Did you go out after?
No. This
I
was
would have called my friends and been like, hi.
10:30. No, this was like 10:30.
10:30. Where the hell were you gonna go that late? This is St. Louis. We don't go out that late, right? I mean, sometimes.
I
but
mean, there
not-
are bars open till 3.
There are, but you know. Okay, well, bye, Catfish Man. So actually, just so you know, have you heard of breadcrumbing?
No, it's bread.
Okay, he's really breadcrumbing you and not ghosting you.
What's
breadcrumbing? Is like where he's talking, he goes away, and you're like, okay, cool, I've been ghosted, great, let me move on with my life. And right, it's like something goes out in the universe and they sense it, circles back around like, hey girl, what's up?
I get
And
it.
keeps coming, just leaves
So
little
they
bread. Yep.
Sorry, funny guy.
Sorry, funny guy, you are out, and we have a ton of different stories coming up for you guys in the rest of this episode, so stay tuned. Okay, Jen and I were just talking about one of our favorite subjects here, how to hook a hot girl. I don't know if that's the best like verbiage for it, but essentially, if you're a guy and you're out with some of your guy friends and you notice a girl at the bar somewhere, she's out with friends. What is the best way for a guy to approach you when you're not looking to be approached? I've got my theory on this. Do you have a favorite way? Like anything Rico Suave that a guy's done, you're like, damn, like that was smooth.
It's usually like something to do with like an alcohol conversation.
Always.
Like, I typically will drink scotch, which is kind of rare for a woman.
That is.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I have a business partner who told me that in business I had to master 3 things as a woman.
Golf.
Golf.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Golf, scotch, cigars.
I've mastered none of those.
I
Nothing.
wouldn't say I necessarily master. I'm not very good at golf, but
Yeah.
I keep trying. But I started learning about scotch and whiskey and cigars and what I like, and I actually have a membership to a cigar bar that I take clients to. And
Oh, cool.
so they'll see me order a scotch, and something very rare for women to order. And if they start with that conversation and they actually know what they're talking about, I am absolutely
You're
ecstatic.
enthralled.
Yeah, because it says that they're in a way intelligent because they know something about this particular
It's like a
topic.
craft. They have like an
Yeah.
attention to the craft. It's not just like, let's
Yes.
go out and just get hammered. And it's just like a frat guy that's pounding beers with his friends. The little side swoop come over.
Yeah, and don't try to tell me that like Jack Daniels is like real like scotch and like
Oh, I wouldn't tell you any of the
no,
above.
well, but that's what they or like Crown Royal. Like no, I
that
want
doesn't.
real scotch.
Real shit.
Yes.
So
and
that
I
is
think
yours.
They get engaged with me because they know that I actually know what I'm talking about, and then they're like, whoa.
You've got a common interest and that's your hook.
Yeah,
Something
it
and they're like
helps.
paying attention. So I think like I've seen guys at bars before that are very Rico Suave and they are from across the bar. I'm with my friends because I really don't want to be bothered. There's nothing worse than when you're out with
typically
girlfriends
not out with your girlfriends
looking.
manhunting. You're out with
Sometimes.
Well,
but not very
yeah,
often. But
no.
like a lot of times you're out there because you're catching up and you want to just talk some shit with
That's
your friends.
not usually my intention when I'm going out.
Right. So I think if a guy sends a drink over to your table and maybe sends a compliment on the way with the waiter and then leaves you alone. Doesn't come over because that's the worst. When you like see him coming over, you're like, oh shit.
I see that because then it gives you the opportunity
to go see
if
him.
you are interested in the person you want to. Okay.
Then
I
go
see
find that. Like personally, if I
But
were at a
also,
bar,
like, how much pressure is that?
well, it's pressure for guys no matter what. So that's why girls should be easier on guys because they have to be the ones to put themselves out there and face the rejection all the time. Obviously, we don't like it either. That's why Bumble kind of sucks because the girls have to make the first move. We're not used to that, but I hope at least it gives girls like a feeling of kind of what guys have to go through. It's terrifying.
I mean, and what frustrates me about Bumble is that, well, any dating app is like, I'll message a guy and I think I'm pretty funny, and they just don't respond. They just let the match expire. Now, I am guilty of this too.
I have to.
Not intentional. It just happens.
Yeah.
But it becomes more frustrating. You're like, well, what's wrong with me? What's wrong with my profile or my photos? That's always the first question I get. What's on your profile? What are your photos? Why are you getting these crazy messages? And there's nothing that's so inappropriate that should.
Have you crafted your profile? It's
yeah.
to a T.
Yeah, I changed it recently, which I think it is gaining more traction in a kind of negative way, but we're just gonna leave it.
Yeah. I was like that bitch that didn't know anything about it, and it gave me, I was like so anxious over it, I was like, I'm just not gonna say anything. Which is terrible too.
I kind of did it as like bullet points a little bit.
You did?
Yeah, do you want to know what you did?
Sure. I would love to know your dating profile. Let's see.
I have shared it with people before because they all think I'm crazy.
So if you're looking to hook a hot girl, there's noises in this building because we are filming at the Lemp Brewery. It's haunted. It's cold.
What the hell was that?
We don't know what that was. So if
oh, it's probably a pipe.
I don't think they're on. I
It
think this
doesn't
is
matter.
not. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Wait till you go down to the basement and see some of the stuff. We haven't really clued Jen in on what all happens in this building. This is just a huge piece of.
This is the realtor in me. It's like, oh, it's just a pipe.
It's not. This is one of the most haunted places. Ghost Adventures they've been here and they filmed here an episode. So I didn't tell Jen all this stuff before we started filming, before she agreed to this. It's fine, no worries. Read your profile. Let's go. Everything's great. There's no ghosts. But if we like, if we just jet away off set, cut.
Okay, this is what it says. This is my Tinder profile. So Tinder is the one that gives you the most space to type, so I put the most in here.
Okay.
I said, I'm looking for a man to feed me pizza,
Nice.
smack my butt, and tell me I'm pretty.
Yes.
I'm fluent in wit, sarcasm, banter, and Russian. I do speak Russian.
I've seen that on your Instagram.
I am rocking a curvy yet shrinking fit bod. I'm a rare chick who likes scotch and cigars, so bonus points if you talk whiskey to me. Let's do a boxing class on a Sunday. If you survive, you can take me to brunch.
I love that.
I'm only looking to meet men who live in St. Louis unless you want to use your miles to fly me where you are.
Nice.
I'm not looking to be a stepmom.
Sorry. Well, you know what? At least you're honest about it.
Yeah.
You got to put it out there.
Stop asking me to be a friend with benefits.
But they never and suddenly you still get, will you sit on my face? You get that all the time. It's so weird. Like you're putting it out there. Don't ask it and you still get it.
If
worst.
you did like the typical like courting of a woman and you complimented her and you were sweet and you were kind.
If you went back to the old school ways,
Yes,
you would be, you're
a
it.
lot
Like that's
quicker.
it. You'd be married tomorrow.
Oh,
90 Day
totally.
Fiance ain't shit if you got the old school manners.
Right.
Like we can get this going in 30 days.
Just
What's
make
up?
a woman smile, make her laugh, make her feel good about herself.
Yeah.
And then you get laid.
Yeah.
It's not that hard.
It's not that hard.
No.
So has anybody taken you up on the boxing in brunch?
A couple men have, actually. They have made comments about it, but they weren't men I was interested in.
If there are any men watching right now that want to take the boxing and brunch challenge up,
It's actually half boxing, half battle ropes. So.
oh, well, they better. Wait, is this a true fusion?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I work out at that gym too, so I'll be in the corner like, who is he?
Sunday morning.
Who is he? Sunday mornings. Okay, find Jen. Tell them your Instagram handle where they can find you.
Losing the jiggle with Jen.
Slide into her DMs. If it's weird, we'll share it on camera. If it's not, she'll let you take her out. Okay, we're a little caught off guard because while the camera, I don't think the camera was rolling, I'm not sure. So everyone on set keeps looking over their shoulder because a man evidently peered into the room.
Blue sweater.
Jen saw it, I didn't see it. So what better time than to mention the fact again that we are filming at the Lemp Brewery. Google the Lemp family. You can see all the stuff. It is one of the most haunted places in St. Louis. It's a huge part of St. Louis history. It has been on Ghost Adventures. So I thought it would be fun to make a dating show called the Sunday Scaries, have a play on words, and film it in one of the most haunted places in St. Louis. So here we are and shit like this happens. And now we keep looking over our shoulders and that's why footage
I swear somebody was standing there.
So it's a really good time to also, everyone is still looking over there. It's a really good time to lead into the next segment, Dare or Scare. What do you think?
Are you gonna tell me the dare?
I'll tell you the dare. I'll tell you the dare now. So I'm gonna go easier. So the dare. Who's your like celebrity crush? Like who do you? Give me a movie star celebrity crush, and then somebody that's in reality TV that you'd be like, yeah, all right, yeah, hall pass.
I mean, Bradley Cooper is like really attractive.
Right. What about someone in reality TV that, let's say, like probably reads their DMs, for instance?
I don't know.
You watch The Bachelor?
No, I'm not. I don't really watch dating shows, which is actually kind of funny because my whole life.
What about athletes?
Athletes. I don't know.
Okay, well then I'd have to
my
pick
God,
one.
I'm sucking at this.
No.
Reality.
Even better.
Let's go with even though he's kind of a dumbass. Let's go with Barnett. Oh, you haven't watched the show yet.
No, but that's okay. I don't need to.
Love is Blind. Let's go with Barnett. Or even Cameron. Cameron is so cute.
Maybe both.
I know they're both married, sorry. But,
oh, well, it wouldn't necessarily matter. Okay, so the dare is you have to slide into their DMs with one of the worst pickup lines you've gotten in one of your DMs. It's so embarrassing. But if you don't want to do that, for instance, and this is me going easy, like I said, when my sister finally decides to sit down, the shit I'll throw her way will be intense. But if you don't want to do it, you could take the scare challenge, and we together, including the camera guys, my sister, my fiance, everybody that's here off camera, we all go down to the pit.
What do we do down there?
Well, let me tell you about the pit. So the pit is the site of a bunch of murders that happened in the 90s. It was called the Package Killer, and back when this area was like totally abandoned, this building sat forever. Cherokee Street was not booming like it is now. This is kind of like newer.
She's telling the truth.
I'm telling the total truth. I'm not even bullshitting you right now. Total truth.
Okay.
Okay, so you can Google it because we did look up the package. We did look up the Package Killer.
Making sure there's no one over there again.
There's no one over there. But so this guy would like pick up prostitutes, and it was an easy.
God.
Not us. I know, but it was an easy kill. So he would bring them down to the pit there, and you will see there is no way out. He would like tie them up with these, I don't know, but hookers, I guess. He would like tie them up and they would be stuck there forever. So we have gone down into the pit. Ghost Adventures went down to the pit. There's like old soda cans, there's fake fingernails, there's like still the mattress that's like into the ground where they were kept for, what is it, months at a time. So it's haunted AF.
How long do we have to spend down there?
Not long. Every time I go down, I run the out. But my sister, she was just down there 4 minutes. 4 minutes we'll spend. I'll go with you. I can't say that I'll stay without running. Okay, well, I'll stay, but that's why I made you. I told Jen when she came, like, wear shoes you can run in, because I cannot guarantee that I won't run out.
I think I'm gonna go with the scare.
She's gonna go with the scare. Okay.
I'm more scared of me getting blasted on social media.
If you don't take the scare. If you
then that.
Okay.
At least that I can like run out.
Yeah.
And go straight to my car.
Okay. All right, so we take the scare. We are going to head down to the basement in the pit of the Lemp Brewery. Nice knowing you. Isn't that creepy?
What door is that?
The pit where he kept the women down there. See, I told you. Okay. So
you still smell it.
You still smell it. It's terrifying that door slamming is the door to the pit. We don't want to with the pit today.
No.
It's Sunday.
The mold scared me enough.
The mold. It's Sunday. It's scary. It's terrifying.
Look at my heart is beating.
Are you so scared now?
Yes.
I told you.
Scared the shit out of me.
When you walk, even just going down the stairs to the pit where all the murders happen, like there's something that just make my legs just feel like jello.
I can feel it.
You know what I mean?
Like everything is freezing on my body right now.
Yes. So we've had a lovely time today shooting the Sunday Scaries. Jen, I hope you'll come back. She's probably terrified. So we will see you guys on the next one. You can follow along. I am at the Dime Series. Jen is waiting for your DMs at Losing the Jiggle with Jen. And my website is thedimeseries.com. We're going to have episodes out every Sunday. We'll see you soon. Okay, we're down in the Lemp Brewery basement. As I've said in this series before, this is one of the most haunted buildings in St. Louis. You do have a chance to see and tour the building for yourself. SeeAGhost.com is the St. Louis Paranormal Research Group. They will take you on a Lemp walking tour. You'll walk all through the property, you get to see everything for yourself. I've done it. It is awesome. You won't miss it. or you don't want to miss it, I should say. I get nervous when I'm down here. I mess up my words because the basement is terrifying, but you should come see for yourself. seeaghost.com.